So we're gonna do some animal Qigong that I learned from the Yang style Tai Chi. These are a little more movement oriented, slightly less focused on the breath. You can still keep your mind in the Dantian, but I'm really focused on the movements and not as focused on my breath with these ones. So 5 animals. First one, monkey. We stand, feet together. Shift the weight to the left foot, just enough to free up the right foot. I lift the ball of the right foot. I turn 45 degrees with the body. I step out with my cat stance. One hand up, one hand down. Opposite hand, and the leg that's in front in the cat stance, that hand is going to be up, the other hand's going to be down, and we're going to lift hand to leg. And they never come together and touch, and the other hand is chambering the whole way. They both fall. That foot falls at 45 degrees, and the other foot steps up to cat stance. Now I do the same thing on the other side. Remember, opposite hand and knee come together, and the whole time this other hand is chambering, right? Chambering so that it's ready when these two fall. We're all set up for the next monkey. If you're having trouble learning this in the beginning, it can help just to use one hand. Don't worry about the other hand chambering. Opposite hand and foot, and they both fall. Foot falls at 45, other foot comes up. Cat stance, opposite hand and foot. They both fall. So if you just do that a few times, eventually it should get quite a bit easier. You should get better at it, and then you should start to be able to bring this hand up at the same time. For the second one, we step out nice and wide. I am going to shift my weight to the left. This is a recurrent theme in Tai Chi. We go left to go right. So shift my weight to the left, lift the ball of the right foot, and I turn 45 degrees to the right. As I do that, my right hand comes out. My front leg's at about a 90-degree angle. Should be about 70% of my weight on my right leg. Better said than front. So I'm going to turn the entire body while keeping my weight on that leg. I brush as close as I can to the face without touching it. My hands are equal, the feet come equal, and now I open up to the left side and do the same thing. 90-degree angle, 70% of my weight on that left leg, turning the whole body, keeping the weight there, brushing past the face, not touching it. Hands are equal, legs become equal, we open up to the right. Hands equal, legs equal. We open up to the left. So students often ask how many of these to do. 8 to 12 is good. If it's on both sides, like that last one we were doing, make sure you're doing like 4 or 6 on each side, not just 8 total, or 8 total, but make sure you're doing each side. Next one is tiger. So for tiger, we have our hands up, then claws, right? So again, we go left to go right. We shift to the left, we lift up the ball of the right foot, we turn 45 degrees. We step forward with our cat stance, which is appropriate because we're doing tiger form. We step forward, making sure that we can retreat if the situation calls for it. We decide not to, we drop down, we come forward and pounce, coming through, extending, arching, coming back through. Lifting that ball of the foot, turning as much as we can, stepping back. If that back foot's not 45, we correct it here. We step, drop, coming forward, arching, coming back through. Stepping back, straightening, making that back foot 45 degrees. We step out, making sure we can bring that foot back. We drop down, we pounce, extending, coming through, arching, coming back through. Adjusting that back foot to make sure it's 45, stepping out, dropping, pouncing, coming through, arching, coming back through. Big thing to look at with Tiger is making sure when we step out, we come down first, and then we pounce. Then we come through, arch, come back around, turn for the next one. This next one is deer. So hands, just intention. So we say tension, not intention. We call this salad fingers, no good, tofu fingers. We call this tension. We call in between intention. So you want intention in your hands. So we have intention. And I'm bringing these two fingers down. There's a little bit of force pulling my fingers in and a little bit of force pulling my fingers together. Intention, not tension. You shouldn't be stressed, you should be relaxed. Deer form. Go 3 whole ways around. Go the opposite way. Transition to deer. Sorry, transition to bird. So the knees rise, knees extend, hands come up, led by the wrists, knees bend, elbows come down first as the knees are bending, getting smaller and smaller. And then when we rise, the knees expand, the legs expand, we're rising from the wrist. When we come down, the elbows move away. Knees are bending. This is bird, the 5th of the animal forms. There are more than these, many different types of animal forms.